Let me show you how quickly you can build a tavern in TaleSpire. Probably the first thing that everyone builds, and it makes sense. It is where 99% of campaigns begin, so it's a very important build to get right and also to build fast. And that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to show you very quickly how you place doors, walls, floors, lights, and everything else. And we're gonna keep it simple, and we're gonna do it step by step. First thing you want to do when you are in the build menu is, if you're not seeing the build menu, just hit space. You can see I have a little preview of the keyboard inputs. You'll see it from my keyboard throughout the video, but you will not see my mouse. So I will try to tell you when I'm using the mouse. Like right now, I'm holding down my middle mouse button, and that allows me to just pan around very easily. I can move it up and down, back and forth. So now, in order to build something, you need to have this library open. Again, space will open it up. You also need to be in build mode. If you see these dice right here, it means you're not in build mode, you're in exploration mode, and you need to hit B in order to start building. Let's move over here to where we have a bit more space. You also need to be over here in the library with the tiles. That's this little castle icon. If you're not seeing it, make sure that you are in the library and you're not in community mods, for example. There we go. Let's start with the floors. In this case, I think we're gonna go classic for the floors. So I'm gonna scroll down here all the way to Tavern. I'm gonna click Tavern, and immediately I see the floors here. And that's great. I just click it, and immediately I have it in front of me. Now, right now it's a bit dark, so let's switch it to a lighter scene. I will go to atmosphere settings here, and I'm gonna just bring it back into what you are most likely seeing right now, which is about this. And that should make it a bit easier to see what I'm doing. Yeah, there you go. Now, I'm just gonna drop this one right here by clicking. And there we are. Now I have my first floor. Excellent. What I can do now is I can double click it, and I have another floor piece. And you can see where it's going to place itself based on the white outline. So I'm going to place one here and here. And I'm just using WASD in order to move around. And I'm just placing. And again, I can use my middle mouse button to move back and forth as well. You can also hold down your middle mouse button and use a SWE in order to move and pan at the same time. Very helpful. You can also hold down Control and go up and down using W and S. But right now we really want to be down here on this level. So what I recommend doing is hold down Control until you see the grid comes up like so. That's how you know that that's where the floor will place itself on this grid. If not, you see now, if I keep moving it up, the grid goes up with me as well. So I'm going to hold down Control until I'm on the right floor. And I can also hold down Shift, and that will prevent this piece from moving up and down. So while holding Shift, I'm just going to place more of the floor. Now this takes a bit of time, so what I also recommend doing is just hold down Shift, click, hold it, and then just drag. And you're going to see that little number. It says 10 by 4, 8 by 4, and that tells you how many tiles you're going to lay down once you let go of the mouse. In this case, I'm going to let go, and look at that. Much, much faster. If I don't like something, I can also multi-select, holding down X, clicking, dragging, and you see I'm selecting all the things that are kind of popping a little bit. It's going to move it over here. I'm going to let go, move the mouse up, I'm still holding down X, and clicking again. Now I have this box that is selecting all the pieces I do not want. By dragging it, I can select more, In this case, I'm just gonna go for these, and then I hit delete, and voila, they are gone. All right, let's see here. How big was our original one? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we are pretty close to that. 1, 2, 3. All right, so I'm gonna double click and hold down shift and click and drag. There we go. Now we're pretty close to the size of the original tavern. So let's build some walls around this place. Walls are pretty easy to recognize. They usually come in 3 types. There's a few more, but this one should get you going. You have this one, which is a 2x1 wall, and you can just place it like so. Now I'm just holding down shift and just moving it from place to place. Be careful, it's very easy to get this slightly wrong. And if that happens, just click it and hold control and let go. And now it's in a better position. Hold down shift again and move it where you want it. Notice here that we have clipped these two together. As long as you hold down shift, things will typically clip together like that, which is fun. You can also just use the corner wall we have here. There you go, that's a kind of faster way. Now notice I am rotating pieces by holding down my middle mouse button, and that rotates things. Very, very helpful. Notice also that this wall right here, if I rotate it, it looks different on the other side. I tend to like to keep that to the outside and use these walls to the inside. Up to you what you do. Now let's get a window in here. We have a window that looks like this. You see it has a sort of outside and an inside. They're very similar, but I think you can see what I mean. I'm gonna place this over here on this wall. Now I am noticing that this tavern is a little bit smaller than the one I originally built over there, but we're gonna go with that. Let's also double click to multiply, middle click to rotate, and oh, you know what? I'm gonna get one of these. By the way, if I don't want something, like I don't want this window, for example, I just right click and I'm no longer selecting it. In this case though, I do want it, so I'm gonna move it over here. There we are. Let's see here. We also want some walls up here, and I want a window. There we are. Let's get a door. That will be in the doors category. I'm gonna look around here. We have some single doors, like this one. We also have some double doors. I'm gonna go with the double door. In this case, I'm gonna slot it right in there. And that looks good. Now you can then click B and then right click this door. You might have to do it twice and select open, and you will see where it opens. This can be important sometimes, so just be aware of it. Right click again to close. Wonderful. And hit B to go back into build mode. You can only do the opening of doors and things with B, with exploration mode, so make sure you're in the right mode if you're trying to do that. Okay, let's see what's next. Yes, we're gonna build a little back room here as well. So I'm gonna take one of these wall pieces, place it here. I'm gonna place this one over here. And now I'm gonna go back to the tavern piece. I'm gonna select this piece. I'm gonna slot it in right there. That should fit nicely. And then I'll use this piece to make a corner. Yeah. Now I have a little room, and that should serve me pretty well. Excellent. All right. Now we definitely need a fireplace here, but I kind of want to have some, some rocks underneath here. So I'm gonna right click this. I'm holding down shift and right clicking to delete it. And then I will go and find me some stones. I like these ruined temple stones. They look pretty great, so I'm gonna slot that in right here. I like to hold down Control while I do that, and then hold down Shift. And I also like to rotate pieces so there's a little bit more randomness. And just click to lay it down. Alright, now let's get a fireplace. And a fireplace will be a tile, a prop. So I'm gonna go and look for the props that I have. Let's see here. This will be in miscellaneous interiors, I think. There it is. We have our fireplace. Big one. There's several of these, but we're gonna use this classic one. I'm just gonna hold on Shift to clip it into the wall, hold on Control, move it down a little bit, and click to place it. Now we have a fireplace. I have to say the door and the fireplace, they're a little weirdly placed right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna just delete this, and I'm gonna move this door over here, and double click to multiply. Great, just what I needed. All right. What else do we need? What did we have in the original? We need some tables, of course, and a bed. Excellent. In this case, I'm going to go to Furniture, and I'll select a bed. And you will now notice that this bed is moving along where the pieces actually are. So if I'm holding it over, it will actually move up and then on top of the walls, which is pretty funny, but might not be exactly what you need. In this case, you can just move it over here, and as you see, it will align itself to where the floor is. I'm just going to place that bed right there. Great. Alright, now we also need a bench where they can prepare some food for the guests, maybe even have a little welcoming spot here. So I'm going to scroll and look at the tables. I like this table. I'm going to just have it right here at the beginning. And notice that most figurines, I'm going to drop one in right now, are about 1 tile big. I'm holding down Alt to rotate this preview of the figure. So always make sure that you're not building things too close. Hold on B, because then they might not be able to get there. Is this table a little tall? Yes, but we are simulating a typical tabletop terrain system here, so things are a little bit out of size, the same way that they would be in a tabletop scenario in real life. So bear that in mind. Don't try to make everything too realistic, because it will drive you mad. If you don't want a figurine on your board, by the way, just go out of build mode by pressing B, then right click the figurine, kill menu, and kill creature. There you go, it's gone. Okay. Oh, is that Tavern Keeper? It's more like a blacksmith, I guess. Maybe he's a very serious blacksmith. We're gonna put him right there. Yeah, excellent. Alright, back to build mode. Now let's see, we need some decoration in here. We need some tables, of course. Now the cool thing with TaleSpire is you have a few pre-made tables with drinks and everything, so you can just place those in. In this case, let's see, where would we place the tables? I'm going to try to look at this kind of like straight up to get the best position for the different tables. Now we probably need one in front of this table, and then one a little bit closer to the windows, like so. You could place one here. It's starting to get a little crammed, but you know, we're gonna make money in this tavern, so let's do that. Now notice that they are very uniform. I try to avoid that, so hold on Shift, look for other tables. You have this one, for example. You can rotate it, middle clicking. You can even take these and rotate them too to make them look just a little different. And let's just put some food and drink on the tables too to make them look just a little bit different from each other. There's a big flask, for example. I'm just gonna put it right there. Notice it follows the floor and then it pops on top of the table. Perfect. And if we put a red bowl of meatballs on this table, well, then we have definitely made the two tables look a little bit different. Don't like having a knife on each table? Well, you can actually hide the things too. Let's, for example, put this pitcher in. And notice that it is reacting to the knife right now. But if I hold down Control and then Shift, I can actually hide it. Yeah. You could almost see the knife there. If that bothers you, just click this thing and move it up slightly. Nope. Oops. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Oh, there's this table too. Let's find a chair at least to put next to it. Just hold down Control. Hold down Alt and rotate it. And hold on Shift to merge it under the table. I'm gonna do that one more time. I'm gonna rotate, merge it under the table. And one more time. There we go. Ah, you know what? Let's put a chair by the fireplace here too. And I mean, you definitely need one chair in the guest room, right? So let's put that right there. All right. And notice as long as you're holding down Shift, everything is merging with each other. You can use that to great effect. I won't go into that too much in this tutorial. We're doing this for the first time, right? Welcome to TaleSpire and all that. Let's see, what else do we need? Oh yeah, maybe a little shelf. I'm gonna take this shelf, rotate it, and I'm gonna place it right there. Wonderful. Maybe we need a weapons rack for players when they enter to put their weapons at. I'm gonna put it right there. And let's see. Maybe we need a little chest or something. Yeah, let's put a chest over here. Got some... oh, hold on. Yeah. I'm gonna put a chest right there. And you have lots of options here, and they're all fantastic. I love every one of these props. They're all just beautiful, really detailed, really fun. My favorite is, of course, the barrels. These are the best barrels ever made for any game. Just hold them down, hold down Alt to rotate them, and you get a little bit more of that tavern feel with caskets and barrels everywhere. Let's put down another one over here. Maybe by the doorway like that. And where else can we put it? We have to make sure that we still give the players room to move around here. So I don't want to put in too much stuff. I want players to be able to move around here. This table is a little bit in the way, but I think it'll be fine. Let's test it. Can I pause? Yes! In general, you can. That should be fine. Even if they walk over the table, that's also alright. So you can see here, I'm just dragging him around, making sure... Oh, that one. Oh, it worked! Incredible! Alright, well, that's excellent. This bar will work for moving around, and that makes me happy. Oh, this is another lovely piece. I love placing this little backpack, especially in places where you can't expect players to be. Just place it next to the bed, see if someone is there. And let's see, did we miss any other pieces here? Oh, these are some nice pieces. Okay, let's add those as well. Let's add some lights. And those are under the light category. Got lots of just wonderful lights here. This one is excellent for just placing in maybe darker corners where it's hard to place other things. Like so. Maybe light up this area back here too. There we go. You can also place things on the tables like we did before. If, for example, we can put a lantern on this table, hold down Alt to rotate, place another one. Maybe the tavern keep has one as well. And of course, you also have little candles. They go really great on these barrels, I find. Let's have one for these guys at this table. And you can even place these on bookshelves like this. Just hold down Control and Shift until you manage to get it in the right position. And don't worry if you get something wrong and it's like slightly off. That's okay. You can just click it again and move it to where you want it to be. Super gel. All right. I think we have all the pieces here. Now, it does need a little bit more atmosphere, I feel. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit the atmosphere settings and we're going to keep it to default sky. It's tempting to go darkness, and if you want to do that, that's totally cool. I find it very dark, very hard to see, especially on darker screens. So I like to just keep it to the default sky, bring it to nighttime. This will give everything quite a nice light. I even like to crank up the exposure quite a bit, 1.9. It might feel unnatural to do it, but I just find it just really helps light things up. And that's what you want. You want the players to see what they're doing. And in your screenshots, it will look better too. If you just increase the light just a little bit. We also have a fog multiplier here. Inside this place, it will not do much, but I have applied a warm effect here just to give it a little bit of warmth. Be careful with these. It's very tempting to go all the way. I recommend keeping it at about 10-15% at all times. And in order to not lose it, just hit apply to game board, and that will become the default. You can also put on some ambient sounds here. I would be surprised if we don't have a tavern sound here. I haven't even checked. Yes, there we go. Let's go with the quiet tavern. There you go. Yes, you can adjust this slightly. Oh, that's a very sad sounding tavern. Okay, let's go with a busy tavern and ambient, of course, not the music. There we go. Okay, wonderful. We have a lovely little tavern. Now there are a few more lighting tricks you can apply here if you like. I like, for example, going to the modern lights and using these fluorescent lights. No, I won't use them here, but I will use them in the bedroom here and use Control to sink this just underneath the ground. It will give that room a slightly different look, and your players won't really ask much about the light. Of course, it depends on where you're placing it. If you see that shine right on the bed, that might be a little odd. So typically you can place it underneath here, a little bit closer to the walls, like so. Yeah, that looks better. And it will just give that room a slightly different feel, depending on what you're going for. And there we go. Actually, maybe we do a... Can I do a smaller one here? I want to be sure that it looks right here. There we go. That's better. You can see that has a slightly colder feel to it now compared to the rest of the tavern. But you haven't done anything to the walls, which is great. Alright. That concludes that little tutorial. We've made a tavern. You have made a tavern, hopefully. I would love if you share it with me. See what else you can do with it. For example, there's tons of more stuff that you can add, of course. Now again, don't go overboard. It's very tempting. But you can do things like apply a carpet, for example. Hold down Control just to where it peaks up, like so. Maybe you place it under that table next to the fireplace. That's nice. Pieces like this are great. They will also apply to the wall themselves. Just hold down Shift and Control in order to place it where you want it. that can add some detail. That's fun. And also things like miscellaneous interior, where I think we'll have some books and papers and things. That can also work in order to show that this is where you check in, or again, you can also make this into a kitchen area if you want to. Or just build a totally different tavern altogether. This is a very small one. I hope you will make even bigger things, maybe even things with roofs. Let me know in the comments below what you plan to build or what you would like to see me build. And I'm happy to give advice on anything at all that you need help with. Thank you so much for watching, and hey, click that like and subscribe button. If you do, I promise I will make more content. Thank you and have fun in TaleSpire.